Hi, third graders. I'm going to walk you through what your assignment is today. Today, you have already completed your cover, hopefully. If you have not done that, you need to do that. You've already completed your 10 fun facts. That should have been done yesterday. If you have not done that, you will need to do that. Today, we are focusing on life cycle and animal traits. So you can see that I've already done mine, but I'm going to walk you through how you would do yours. So up at the very top, it says life cycle. A life cycle includes all the stages of life from birth to death. A stage is just one step in the process. And then your directions say, research your animal's life cycle. Draw a diagram in the space below showing the life cycle stages of your animal. So you can see that mine's already done. I've made my life cycle. You might draw yours. You'll notice that I've inserted pictures, or you could sketch them, and then I've also labeled them. I said, okay, when a shark is born, it is called a shark pup. And then it grows up and it becomes a young bull shark. I've labeled it here. You can follow the arrows. And then eventually it becomes an adult bull shark. Now, I didn't know that right away. I needed to go back to my text and I needed to actually find information. So I had to go through and reread some things, and I found some pages like this one that talked about young predators. I read through. It said babies are called pups, so that's where I started. I read the page about growing up, and it used the phrase young bull shark. And then eventually it said once it's an adult, a bull shark has few predators, so I know that it's called an adult when it grows up. So that was how I found my stages. If you do not have a page like that in your book, you might need to find a different book on Epic, or you might eventually need to Google it and say, life cycle of and then whatever your animal is. So you'll draw your life cycle diagram up top, and then it says using sequence words, like first, next, last. Describe each stage of your animal's life cycle. Notice it doesn't just say list the stages. I'm not going to just write first it's a shark pup, next it's a young bull shark, third it's an adult bull shark. I'm going to use some details. So I did need to go back to my book, and I did need to reread those different parts of the life cycle and learn a little bit about the animal itself when it's at those different stages. I did not copy any sentences directly from the book. That would be plagiarism, but I did use some of the information to then create my own sentences. So here's what mine would sound like. First, female bull sharks give birth to baby bull sharks. The babies are called pups. Mothers can have up to 13 babies at once. Next, the pup grows into a young bull shark. A young bull shark is able to survive on its own and can be close to 5 feet long. Last, the bull shark grows into an adult and can take care of itself. Eventually, it will mate and the life cycle will continue. So you can see I used my transition words like first, next, and last to talk about those 3 life cycles of my animal. You would do the same for your animal, putting it in your own words. The next page you are going to do is all about animal traits. So up at the top it says traits are characteristics. They are physical features, meaning like related to the body. Inherited traits are traits a living thing gets from their parents. Think like eye color or height or hair color if you're thinking about people. For animals, it will be a little bit different. Environmental traits are caused by something that happens to them as a result of their environment. So I had to look through my book. I thought about what features my animal had, and here were just some of the things that I noticed that would come from the parents. So many fins, right? An animal born with fins, the parents would have fins too. Nostrils, it has a snout, it has pores. It said it had hundreds of rows of sharp teeth. I could talk about the color of our shark. I could talk about the size, any of those features that are related to how it looks and the things that it would have gotten from its parents. I'm going to list them here. Then on the environmental traits, this one's more specific to like a certain animal. And since I'm not reading a book about bull shark whose name is Bob, right? I'm going to need to kind of make some assumptions of things that could be possible environmental traits. So I said like things like a scar or a lost tooth could be environmental traits. At the very bottom, it says an adaptation helps a living thing survive in its environment. So in each frame, draw or find a picture of one of the traits from above. Then, on the lines below, explain how the trait helps your animal survive. So you can see that I've chosen to do the one about sharp teeth on mine. I have a picture of a sharp tooth, and then I explained it below. I put that in my own words. I said the bull shark has sharp teeth that help it bite and tear, which is good for hunting. And then I would need to do my second one. I could pick many fins, I could pick nostrils, I could pick the snout, I could pick pores. If it doesn't talk about any of those things, then I'm going to find a different one. But whatever two I pick to put in the picture frame need to be the ones that are also listed above. So those are the 2 pages you're doing today. You're doing animal traits, adaptation, and then the life cycle. Go ahead and get started. If you need any help, make sure you're checking in with your book. If you can't find it in your book or any of the books on EPIC, you may Google it, but you are working as a researcher today. Good